Hi, this is Anita with 5 Minutes with Art. If you think about American art or American artist or an American painting, which people would say this is Americana, a lot of people think about Grant Wood's painting entitled American Gothic. And this is the painting where there's a man and woman standing in front of this house that has sort of this Gothic window. It's really an iconic painting, a painting that continues to be very popular today. There's been, people have made sort of like memes off of this. It's a painting which continues to be resonate even today. In fact, as a side note, if you want to, you can actually go visit the Goth House. It's now a museum, and you can see the original painting in Chicago. And talking about this painting, there's a few things which I always feel are sort of like misunderstood. Like a lot of people think it's sort of like a man and his wife. But actually, it is a painting of a man and his daughter. And furthermore, the man there, even though he looks stern, he looks like a farmer, he's got that pitchfork that most people identify him as just being a farmer. But the truth is that he's a rural dentist who is standing next to his daughter before White House, distinguished that has by these striking Goth windows. The setting is in Eldon, Iowa, and Grant Wood tells the story about he was driving through this part of Iowa, and he saw this house, and he said, "Isn't that strange that they have this Goth window on this house?" And so that's what inspired him to do this painting, was from this actual house that he saw. Choice of subjects too that he did with the long, elongated, sort of stern faces, the pitchfork, the sort of drab kind of clothing, but yet you sort of have this, Goth window up there that's got a little bit of decoration in it. You can see, when you look very closely, you study the painting, you see there's repeats between, some parts of the house and the actual people that are standing in front of the house itself. His Grant Wood's, his entire technique was precise, almost photographic in its clarity. You really get drawn into this painting when you see this painting. It's also a study in contrast and the straightforward expressions of the subjects against the styling of the environment. The two subjects there, the man and his daughter, they both look very sort of austere, I guess you could call them, these sort of like elongated faces. And then added to that, here he's holding this pitchfork. There's a lot of different type of messages. You can see the barn sort of in the background. You can see the house in the background. You know that they're sort of rural, that this is kind of a bit of rural America, where this guy, has a day job, but at the same time, he probably has a little farm going on too, at the same thing. This painting has a lot of symbolism in it. He did a father-daughter duel rather than a marital couple. This makes a layer of sort of complexity in the entire painting and adds sort of like the innocence of the narrative. He was diverging from the typical type of rural American life in the 1930s, that this was this man and his daughter, not this man and his wife. But at the same time, he chose a familial relationship, which had themes of sort of heritage and that this was going to continue, that this man through his daughter, the next generation was going to continue on. And then, there's this thing all about like generational roots and values to the American Midwest. Even though the figure a lot of times is misidentified a lot as a farmer, due to his pitchfork and overalls, but he's really intended him to be a rural dentist, a profession that signifies a blend of intellectualism and practicality. So this was a man who probably was, you'd say like maybe a weekend farmer, but his main job really was a dentist. By having the pitchfork held firmly in the dentist's hand, it sort of symbolizes labor and toil and attributes to the broader American work ethic, this work ethic which is even still today known to be in the Midwest. This really is it's a classic painting. It's a wonderful painting. If you'd like to be able to read more about it, we have written a blog entitled Description of the Iconic American Gothic, a Masterpiece by Grant Wood. And we have a lot more detail and information in this blog post if you'd like to go on and be able to read this blog post and learn more about this and actually see the painting itself. It really is a great painting about American values and especially Midwestern American values. I personally love it. I'm from the Midwest. I love the American Midwestern values, and I really love this painting that Grant Wood has done. This is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. Thank you so much for listening to us. This is Anita with 5 Minutes with Art. Thank you so much for watching us. We would love to hear more from you. We'd love to have you subscribe, be part of our community. We know without you, this would not be possible. Thank you.